We put a chip in your brain to control your mind. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Concerns not alleviated.
Yeah, there you go. Step right up. Who wants one? No. So NeuroLink, you'll be able to see NeuroLink coming from a very long distance, because any device that you implant in a human you have to go through so many tests. It moves very slowly. You just do a few people at a time. You go to extreme lengths to prove safety. You have to go through the FDA approval, doing everything by the book. We're going far beyond what the requirements are of the FDA from a safety standpoint. The initial devices will really just be pretty basic. It'll be about restoring functionality to people who've lost their connection between their brain and their body. So you can imagine, like, if, say, Stephen Hawking could talk or communicate as fast as somebody with a fully functioning body. Mm-hmm. That would be amazing. That's our first application, is to restore functionality to quadriplegics, tetraplegics, and people who have just, for whatever reason, no longer have a connection or a limited connection between their brain and their body. The second application would be restoration of eyesight. So if somebody's gone completely blind, maybe even has lost the optic nerve, you can actually still directly stimulate the neurons in the visual part of the cortex. So you can give direct vision to the brain. Mm-hmm. In fact, you could actually, depending upon what cameras you use, you could actually see in different wavelengths. Geordie LaForge from you could have that I actually watched an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation with the special effects compared to what we're used to are not that great, but he's got the wraparound, glasses, and you can see in different wavelengths. So you can see ultraviolet, infrared, and that kind of thing. So you can actually do that. You could say you could see in radar if you want.
What's the long-term goal for it?
Ultimately, the idea would be to achieve a symbiosis between our biological mind and our kind of digital mind. So we're already kind of a cyborg if you think of your phone and your computers as an extension of yourself. Mm-hmm. In fact, if you leave your phone behind, it's like you have missing limb syndrome. You're like, where did it go, So the phone is a kind of an extension of ourselves, like computer is. The various applications that we use are already an extension of self. So we are already a cyborg. It's just that the interface is with our eyes and our fingers. That interface, especially output, the rate at which we can type words into a phone or a computer, it's very slow. Our input is much better because the data rate from vision is many thousands of times, maybe a million times better than the rate at which we can output. So input is roughly a million times better than output. So what a NeuroLink device can do is improve that bandwidth, allow you to be sort of much more symbiotic with the AI extension of yourself.
My name, it's not too important.
We're gonna hear some beats.
What I'm about to tell you, it's extremely important. I'm one of the first people to get a NeuroLink implant in my skull. If you guys can see and don't really know what a NeuroLink is, it's kind of like an electronic chip from Elon Musk embedded in your skull. At first it was kind of like a Fitbit, kept track of vital signs, stuff that was going on in my body. Eventually it's gotten to a point where I can move a mouse without even touching a computer. I can connect, I can download, I can transfer information. I'm not the only person that has one of these now, and now we can communicate. This is what's going to happen for the rest of the world. Eventually, this technology will be, maybe not in you, your kids, your grandkids. This is what's coming next. Welcome to the year 2025. Have fun.
Kind of like what you see.
That's so scary. It's real, bro. I see it's real. Wait, how do you do that?
Yo, come check out dude's eye, man. It's just crazy. Oh my God! Did you see that? Oh my God! Did you see that?
Oh my God! Did you see?
Crazy. Love it.
Just a book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. That's who this world ignorantly call God and Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit in the Paleo-Ancient Hebrew tongue. Double honors to the elders and apostles across the four corners of the earth that's pushing this truth and sincerity. We know where that truth lives, with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Bring this video to y'all to show y'all that this is prophecy. This is what John the Revelator was describing in Revelations, man. And this is the system that the so-called white man, which is Esau Edom, wants to bring forth in this society, which he already has. It started, He took this man. It's another one that's that's a volunteer on Earth. I believe he's like a vegetable. He can't move or nothing, but they implanted it in him, and he can move. He can move his he can use a computer with his mind, man. This is what this man wants to do. Basically, he wants to inject this in you to control you. And they laughed in the beginning of the video when that nigga, he could be an Israelite as well, was sitting with Elon Musk and discussing the NeuroLink, and when he said, I want to put this chip in to control your mind. Listen, man, if that chip is making your eyes do things like this, and you can change your eyes, and you can able to like Elon Musk said, you can control the mouse with your mind. So that, if that's if he can do that, if you can do that with your chip, just imagine what they can do to control you while you got the chip, man. They definitely wants to control you. He wants to be the God on this side. Like he said, he wants to create a God AI. This man wants to create a AI where he can be God. He wants to do these things, man. And going to some scriptures, because this is what John the Revelator has seen. I remember when I was on a plow years ago, it was this camp around the corner from us, man. They were called Flaming Fire. And I don't know if he fell out of truth or what, but he ain't been on the plow in a while, man, And the guy just, they say one of his camp members told me that he started a dispensary. He started a dispensary, and he ain't been on the plow ever since, man. He ain't been on the plow at all, man. And it's just like, damn, he fell out of truth, But I brought this to his attention one day. One day it wasn't no altercation, but it was just, I was defending the gospel, man, and the spirit blew down on him, and I was like, what is the mark of the beast? Explain Revelations 13. And he was just like, that's just Esau philosophies. And how is it his philosophies when it says we must have the mark? He must imprint the mark in us, man. And he like, no, it's just philosophies, because Ezekiel 9:4 explains like it's another mark, But when I brought out Revelations 13 and 16, it says he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, so when I brought up the forehead, you know, because NeuroLink was just coming out, you know, and I'm like, oh, and me and the brothers, we like, that got to be the forehead. You know what I mean? That got to be, this is the image that John the Revelator has seen, man. This is the image. John the Revelator seen this. John the Revelator seen this, man. He seen this. And this is what we watch for, you know? Because we waiting on the mark of the beast, you know? We wait, well, it's here, but we know that when the Lord bring it to that point to where you can't buy or sell without it, we know we on our way out of here, man. We getting ready to get up out of here, you know? But to get back to what I was saying though, he basically was like, no, the forehead gotta be something literally put in my forehead, you know? It gotta be literally put in the forehead. It can't be. And then we brought up the NeuroLink, and he like, no. But that's how lost these Negroes are. That can go in these scriptures. You got Negro lights out here. You got camps out here that can go into these scriptures, but can't see this as prophecy. Can't see this as what John the Revelator was talking about, man. They can't see it. And the Lord got them like that. The Lord, Job, it says, the deceive and the deceiver is his. So the Lord got a lot of you Negroes off and can't see that this is the mark of the beast according to thy forehead. The hand, we know the hand, that's the RFID chip. You know, through the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, starting with Elder Tar on down. You know, the Lord allowed him to bring that forth and see that as prophecy, man. You know, so, you know, this man said, it gotta be going straight into my forehead. Okay, nigga, you're stupid. You're stupid, man. It's not what John seen. John seen this. And I'm gonna go into the precept he wanted to bring out about it. Let's go to Ezekiel. It's like I'm on the road. Ezekiel 9. Salak, I'm back. But yeah, Salak on that. The live session, it ended up hitting my phone the wrong way, Salak. But yeah, to bring back out what I was saying, the guy he said it got to be literally a print on the forehead. Then he brought out this scripture. He talking about, well, what about this mark? You know, so let me get into it. This is Ezekiel 9:4. It says, and Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So let's go into that word mark in Ezekiel. Okay. Ezekiel. It's a lot. Okay. Let's go into that word mark in the Hebrew.
Strong's H8420. Tav.
Okay. Tav, meaning desire, mark as a sign of exempt from judgment. You see? So it's Tav, a mark exempt from judgment. So when the Lord stated that, he said, and Yahweh said, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, set a mark upon the foreheads of men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done thereof, in the midst thereof, done in the midst thereof. So the Lord has a certain amount, a remnant of men in this text that he's about to save and make them exempt from judgment. Okay, that's not the same mark as the Revelations 13 and 16, man. That mark in Revelation 13 and 16 is charagma, man. Okay, let's go into it. This is Revelations 13 and 16. Let's go into Hebrew on that word mark.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
Charagma. Hakram. I can't roll my tongue that way.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
Hakama. I can't roll my tongue. Charagma. Okay. A stamp, an imprinted mark. See? It ain't marked from judgment. It's an imprinted mark. It says, of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. You see? Wow. Whoa. See? It's not the same mark. This mark, you being stamped by what? The Antichrist. It says the mark branded upon horses, thing carved, sculpture, graven work of idol worship, idolatrous images. Okay, so it says, let's go down to the Strongs. It says a scratch or etching, stamp. See? Sculpture, figure, graven, mark. And what was this? What was this? What is this? This is a mark. This is a mark this man pointing at. That's an etching mark. See? Let's go on to etching. Let's go into the word etching. Definition of etch. Etch is the past tense, as it says in past particle of the verb etch. Etched. Okay? Its primary means to cut, carve, or corrode a design or pattern into a hard surface. Okay? So to cut, carve, this is cut. This is surgery. This is surgery right here, man. Okay? When you look at, it has been cut open and implanted, marked. That's the mark. He's been marked right there. That man has been marked, okay? This is the forehead that John the Revelator seen, that a lot of people will get and choose, let alone the RFID chip, you know? This is what John the Revelator seen. Ezekiel 9 and 14 is not the same as Revelations 13 and 16. Understand that, okay? It's not the same. It's two different marks. Ezekiel 9 and 4 is a mark from being exempt from judgment, from the hell that the Lord was going to bring, from the death that he was going to bring, let his death angels go through. And Revelations 13 and 16 is based upon the mark being implemented in you. You know, the mark of the beast, follower of the Antichrist, okay? Which they got it. He could be an Israelite or he could be a damn tear. You know what I mean? But look, this is who they put forth to bring forth their beast system. This is one of their men that was chosen, or you know, he probably went up and wanted to do it. Look, they made sure he was fit, you know, look healthy. This is how they bring it to bring it to the people. Look, he's fitting healthy with the NeuroLink, so it gotta be good. He's able to do all these tricks, read your mind, and they up here like, look at it, it's so cool. Look, what in the hell in your right mind would want you to get something that make your whole that'll turn your whole eyes different colors, man? Working in your nervous system like that. Why would you want something like that, man? But this man look at it as, hey, it's cool. But he so-called Esau Edom look at it as I'm your God now, man. I can control you. I'm your God. And when you take things like when you take this man Mark, you are submitting your life to Esau Edom instead of following Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. You're submitting your life to him, man. You're handing over your birthright to his law, statutes, and commandments instead of keeping the birthright that the Lord gave you and stand in this truth and enduring, even through death, But this man is going to make it hard to where you cannot buy or sell unless you have these marks, man. And that time is coming real soon. Real soon. This is the mark on the forehead, okay? This is what John the Revelator was seeing, man, okay? This is what he was seeing. They talking about John is a bowl of John the Baptist. Man, bro, I'm not even going to get into that, man. I'm going to stay on topic. But yeah, man. This is what John the Revelator was seeing, and this is who they got promoting it, Look who they got promoting it, man. People will see that. Oh, yeah, he looks nice. He look healthy. Yeah, I should get one, man. And yeah, you know what? I don't see nothing wrong with him. He look perfectly fine. This is who they... And then they grabbed a man of color, They grabbed a man of color to promote it, man. To make you Negroes feel kind of safe and feel like, oh, it ain't too bad. And nigga got it. But that could be a tear. His father could be a so-called white man, could be an Edomite, and he came out looking like a Negro, man. But Esau, hey, he stepped up and got it. And, this Esau is happy it's a man of color. So that way you Negroes will feel safe getting it. You Negroes will feel safe getting it, seeing a nigga like this with it. And this is the system that he's bringing to this society, man. It's already happening all outside of America, They just need for it to go down here, But, yeah, man. Lord willing, I was edifying. Shalom, on to the next.